What does open up seeds be? You have karma or dharma seeds in your mind already. So from a certain teaching, a certain prayer, a certain ritual, or a certain presence of a lama, it triggers that open. When that seed is open, you do dharma. That's what it means to trigger open. Does everybody understand? So let's say that Niral today does puja with us, and we do medicine Buddha puja, as we've been doing every day. Every time he does the medicine Buddha puja with focus, with concentration and dedication, not mindlessly, he plants a seed. That seed related to whatever the medicine Buddha text is about. So let's say outside we have a stupa, and Pastor Niral circumambulates around the stupa. So whatever's inside that stupa, he plants the seeds of that blessing in. So let's say in KFR we have a very holy and very powerful Vajrayogini stupa. So every time you're there, you should always make an opportunity to circumambulate 3 times and show respect and bow. And then whatever is inside the Vajrayogini stupa, when you circumambulate, a seed is planted. That seed is planted in your mind tree, and that's carried with you from life to life to life to life. And when that seed is triggered open, you will do something. For example, let's say that Pastor Niral, let's hope not, is going to be very ill in the future because he attended the medicine Buddha pujas. He donated to the offerings. He donated with his time. He donated with his effort. He donated with his motivation. He donated with his chanting. He donated that the chanting was for somebody else, for others. Although the puja is not for him, for others, he donated. He creates a merit that in the future, when he's very ill, if he prays to the medicine Buddha, or someone does the puja, or he does it, he gets well much faster. Because the merit from that opens up. Does everybody understand? So karma is multifaceted, and it's very wide, and it's very broad. So you can't just narrow it down to that. So let's say that Pastor Niral does 3 circumambulations around Vajrayogini Stupa every single day. That he's over there on the way from Dukar Apartments to EF, where he goes to work. Every day he just goes over, does 3, and it adds up. In 1 week, 21, then 1 month, it's 80, and then 1 year. And what happens in the future, if someone's giving a Vajrayogini teaching or something Vajrayogini, his karma open up, somehow he'll be there. Somehow, and when he's there, he'll be awake. He'll be alert, not sleepy, and happy, without any ailments, without a dinner, without an obstacle, without someone stopping him, without him being sick, without him having a migraine. Because there's so many obstacles to Dharma talks. When there's a Dharma talk, definitely obstacles will come. Definitely. And when we create an obstacle for someone to get Dharma, it's one of the heaviest karmas. Very, very heavy. For example, if you don't like something, you don't like the teacher, you don't like the guru, you go off and talk and find out. Do kangsha, do purification practices to see what's going on, and try to clear your mind. And go talk to friends who give you positive views. But if you're not happy with a lama or guru or practice or whatever, then you go off and then you go and tweet people, call people, message people, and create information against the lama to discourage other people from going. And then they leave the Dharma, and they leave the practice, they leave their teachers. You create very heavy karma. Because for better or worse, once a person's connected to the teachers will compassionately pray for them, take care of them, teach them, watch them for some lifetime after lifetime. So you break that bond for them that they could have had that. A teacher taking care of them spiritually. And then when you take them away from the teacher and you bring them to your side, what do you have to offer? You offer what? Dinners, parties, games, shopping, traveling, food, eating, watching TV, magazines. How is that to compare to the Dharma? How is that to compare? So every time the person you try to pull away or you have pulled away from the Dharma, every time they miss a Dharma talk, every time they miss a Dharma retreat, a Dharma practice, or an opportunity to improve their Dharma, you were the cause. You were the cause. So since you were the cause, in the future, instead of you ever finding the Dharma again, you will go farther and farther and farther away. Farther is not a physical away, it's a mental. So that means even if you come across, even in the future, whatever Dharma you hear or whatever Dharma, you'll have a revulsion. You'll not like it. You'll find it negative and bad. Why is that? Because you created that karma for someone else. So you don't have the karma to have something good yourself. It's like some people just totally love drugs and alcohol and to be high and destroy their liver, destroy their kidneys, destroy their body, get into car accidents, spend money recklessly, gamble, and they just drink and gamble and drink and gamble and just waste away everything, their family fortune, their wealth, their hard work, their reputation, and their health. And no matter how much you talk to them, they don't see anything wrong with it. It's my life. Don't judge me. I do what I want. No one's judging. If people tell you something you don't care, it's not a judgment. It's just you don't like it. So therefore, what happens is that they have the heavy karma of stopping good things for other people. So when good things come to them, they cannot see it. One of the clear signs of a person who has very bad karma of pulling people away or influencing others is they themselves see Dharma negatively. Then they say, well, Dharma is not good for everyone. Dharma is not right for everyone. Dharma is not the thing for everyone. Dharma is not good and right for everyone according to karma, but Dharma is good for everyone. Dharma is good for everyone. It's just that everyone doesn't have the karma for Dharma at the right time. So it's not Dharma is not right for everyone, but everyone doesn't have the right time to get Dharma. Otherwise, how can the Buddha be only teaching for a small sector of sentient beings and the rest he allows to suffer? So if one person goes away from the Dharma and they say Dharma is not good, this Lama is not good, that's not good, that's not good, their lineage is not good, and they criticize that. What they're saying is they know more than the Buddha, they know more than Tsongkhapa, they know more than Nagarjuna and Vasubandhu and Dharmakirti, they know more than all these great masters. They are supreme. And that whatever the Buddha taught that is opposite of what they're doing, they are right and the Buddha is wrong. That doesn't make sense. And people say, well, this Lama is very clever. He uses the Buddha's teachings to back himself up so he can have power and control over us. Well, we can examine that if he has power and control over us, because what is he teaching you to do? Is he teaching you to kill people? Is he teaching you to steal? Is he teaching you to go and rape people, have orgies, do drugs, drink alcohol? Is he teaching you to go and tell people to lie, to be mean and disrespectful, to hurt? Or is he teaching you not to drink, not to smoke? Is he teaching you to not be unfilial? Is he teaching you not to be disloyal to your partners, not to cheat, not to lie? And if you are doing that and it conflicts with the teacher, and then you go off, and then you say bad things about the teacher, what do you want the teacher to teach you? The teacher can only teach you what he or she has learned, which is what the Buddha has taught, the precious Dharma. Hence, the medicine Buddha Puja we've been doing every day, the Dharma we praise 3 times. After we praise Buddha Shakyamuni, the rituals immediately after that we praise the Dharma. Isn't that correct? Because the Dharma is worthy of praise. What is more important? Jennifer, what's more important, the medicine or the doctor for your healing? Correct. The medicine is more important. So what's more important, the Dharma or the Buddha? The Dharma. But without the Buddha, who we must respect, there's no medicine. Without the great doctor, there's no medicine. So the doctor is extremely important. But if you make us pick, it's the actual medicine that heals us, isn't it? So if I have a great doctor and I've got a horrible migraine and it gives me medicine to get rid of it, the doctor should be respected and he's great. She is great. But it's the actual medicine that removes our sufferings. So therefore, when other people try to pull people away from Dharma or Lamas or teachers or gurus, they try to say, oh, he's not good, she's not good, I'm just telling you to go away, come here, I'm trying to help you because I saw this. Fine. If you saw through the teacher and you saw through how the teacher is not real and genuine and fake and damaging and all that stuff, that's fine. That's really fine. Because perhaps there are teachers out there who don't have good motivation. Perhaps. But then, After you pull away from the wrong teacher, what are you doing? Is your spiritual practice getting deeper? Oh well, I don't like institutionalized religions. That's a great excuse. If you don't have institutionalized religions, then lay people don't have the time and the energy to study up the Dharma full time and have the knowledge and to carry on. They don't have the time to be a monk for 30 years or 40 years or 50 years. They don't have the time to meditate and do retreats. So for them to have a mishmash of teachings and mix that up and just incorporate what they like and what's convenient for them is not going to get them far. It's just a feel-good factor. So therefore, what do you pull other people away from? You go to dinners with them, travel, have fun, go shopping. You pull them away from Dharma to do that as if that's better? Oh, but it's my life, don't judge me. No one's judging you, but let's make it simple. What you're doing is not spiritual. Is it bad? It's not a label of good or bad. It's a label of, is it beneficial? Ultimately, especially at the time of our death. Being in a Buddhist organization, we are exposed to death almost nearly daily. You guys know that? How many notices of people very sick and dying we get all the time, we have to pray for? So we're very aware of mortality. So therefore, what is important is a Dharma talk, or Dharma activities, or Dharma sharings, or Dharma work, or Dharma, whatever you're doing, collects merit, plants seeds, and the seeds can open in the future. How do seeds open? Seeds open because something triggers them open that's similar to its creation. I repeat, the karmic seeds open similar. It's triggered open similar to its creation. That means if you make a karmic seed of Vajrayogini by circumambulating around her holy stupa, the next time there's a Vajrayogini thing going on, no matter how many obstacles you create, somehow you'll get there. Because Vajrayogini triggers Vajrayogini. So can Vajrayogini only trigger Vajrayogini? No, Vajrayogini can trigger any Buddhas, but especially Vajrayogini. Does everybody understand? So you can be doing Vajrayogini prayers, circumambulations, prostrations, offerings every day, and someone's giving a Yamataka teaching, you go there, hey, it's just as good. You know, because when you get the Yamataka, you'll be understanding even better than others because you had the blessing of Vajrayogini. Why is that? Because Vajrayogini is a Buddha. Yamataka is a Buddha. Buddhas bring you to enlightenment. There's no competition. So let's say Jennifer was a Yidam and Yao Man was a Yidam. So Niral, Guru Niral is giving an initiation of Yao Man. Yidam Yao Man. Of course, Yao Man being in the sky up there laughing and dancing and very happy that someone's going to meditate on him and become enlightened. And Yidam Jennifer will jumping up and down, clapping her hands, very happy too. She won't say, why him and not me? Buddha's not like that. So therefore, to create the seeds of enlightenment in our mind stream is very important so that it opens up in the future. This can be done with the Dharma action, Dharma work, Dharma prayer, Dharma motivation, pujas, mantras, serving our teacher, which I had the fortune to do for many years, serve my teacher. For me, serving the teacher was the best practice. 6. I did it for about 16 years, and I would have continued if I wasn't sent to teach. Serving the teacher was the greatest. It was challenging. It was long, long late nights. It was changing things at the spur of a moment, almost always. It was, it kept you awake, kept you on your toes. But what did I get out of it? I learned a lot. I can't tell you how much I learned from my teachers. And it wasn't formal talks. It was just going around with my teacher and hanging around. And things would just come out. Things that always just come out and I go, oh wow. I go, oh wow, oh wow. And later on, if I needed to, I would get it elucidated clearly. And there are some lineages of teachings that cannot be written, cannot be recorded, and cannot be saved in any manner. It's mind, it's speech to ear transmission. For example, I was telling some of our people last night, I have a practice that was given to me by a yogi, and it wasn't allowed to be written down. And it's a meditation that you do every day for about 15 minutes to reduce anger and to eliminate anger. There are no words, there are no mantras. It is strictly body movements and meditation. So if you do this every single day for 15 minutes, you will see your anger visibly get less and less and less and go away. And in the future, if you show anger, it's not because you're angry, it's just you are showing anger for that person, for that situation. Like Saramji used to beat up students in the monastery, next minute he'd be fine. And we see those students get well very fast from their diseases. This is well known. So what happens, what am I telling you that for? So I have a teaching from a teacher who was, he gave me no one can be in the room. He gave me the teaching and I had to memorize it instantly and know it. And I can't write it down because these teachings came from the Dakinis. If I remember correctly, the Dakinis gave him the teaching directly and he gave it to me. And the promise of Dakinis is that these teachings are for very sincere students who will really do it, not flippy students. If you give it to students who are flippy, then you'll break the command of Dakinis and the blessing of that lineage will be gone and that teaching will be gone and it will have no use. So if you meditate on it, it will have no powers. So it can only be given to people, and I've never given that teaching to anyone because you have to give it to people who you know will be around forever. Or forever means mentally, and have great guru devotion, very cooperative, very pliant, and they create good guru samaya, because this teaching is dependent on your samaya with the guru, because there's no written words or no mantra, it's strictly meditation and body movement. So if you're always fighting with your teacher, you're always talking back, you're always disobeying, you're always not listening, creating headaches, always making problems, it's very hard to give these teachings, because how are you going to meditate on your guru as a Buddha when you're always arguing with the teacher? Obviously you don't believe he's a Buddha. So people like that, very difficult to give those teachings to. Not because they're bad people, but it doesn't fit the qualification necessary, the requirements necessary. So those teachings I've never given to anyone, and I hope I can give it before I pass away. It's very simple, it's very easy, because if I pass away, I don't know if this teacher is given to others, because you're not allowed to talk about it. Meaning what it is. And you know what's so funny? There's no name. There's not even a name for it. It's transmission purely. But it's extremely effective for reducing and dissipating anger. Specifically for anger. And there's no deities involved. None. Okay, there's special practices like that are very beneficial. Very, very beneficial.